Good morning and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. My name is Joanna, and this morning we're visiting with Dr. Rachel Rudolph. She's with the University of Kentucky, Extension Vegetable Specialist there. Now, Rachel, I know that you've done a lot of work and have a lot of good data about soil solarization.
It's pretty much probably what it sounds is we're basically solarizing soil. So solarization increases soil temperature by covering the soil with a transparent plastic tarp. And basically we're trapping the sun's radiant energy, right? It comes through and then we trap it. And it's for the purpose of suppressing soil-borne pathogens and weeds and plant parasitic nematodes. So you basically heat the soil temperature to a point that it would kill these organisms. So a lot of the work that we've done is in high tunnels. You certainly don't have to have a high tunnel to do soil solarization, but you'll get higher temperatures. And that's one of the benefits, right, is you have higher temperatures compared to the field. And that's beneficial basically outside of the summer months. That's really beneficial for growers. Generally, it's nice to have those warmer temperatures, but you've got this limited space and people don't rotate as much as they maybe should for economic reasons, right? They want to grow the most profitable crop over and over and over again, right? And usually that ends up being a tomato crop following a tomato crop, that kind of thing. And so there was, and it rightfully so, concern with the buildup of disease. I think the jury is still out on how much you have to repeat it, but ideally you would do it, I think, at least every few years, right? Especially if a grower is not going to start rotating or start doing other methods, right? But what we found is that in July, for example, you really only need to solarize for a couple of weeks. So the target temperature for most of the organisms that we're talking about, these kind of pathogenic organisms that are in the soil, is 104 degrees Fahrenheit. And that doesn't sound that hot, but for soil, that's hot, right? So the soil doesn't get as hot as the air normally, right? And so getting to 104, which is about 40 degrees Celsius, that takes some time. It's not as hot in the morning and it's not usually as hot in the evening, right? So you can't maintain any temperature for 24 hours straight. And so what we've looked at is, okay, can we hit it, maybe 4 hours a day? Can we get to that temperature 4 hours a day for 2 weeks? And we have seen some success. So in July in Kentucky, in a high tunnel, you can get that hot in the soil, which is a good thing.
Other vegetable growers that maybe don't have the high tunnel production might want to do this, especially if they're having problems or issues, and if they have the land to be able to solarize that piece and grow on another spot. But does it get that hot for that?
It may take longer to get the results that you want if you're working in the open field. We've still seen really good potential in the open field in July, but it doesn't quite get as hot as it would in the high tunnel. So for example, so we close the high tunnel up when we're doing this work, right? So you can't grow anything in there. You can barely be in there for very long, to be honest. So I mean, I've gone in there and it's been 130 degrees Fahrenheit, the air temperature, right? So that is, and it's very steamy, it's very humid in there. And so that high air temperature does contribute to the high soil temperature.
Now, you guys have done research for a couple years and have some videos if people are interested in looking maybe at the methods and how you guys have done this.
We have several videos, one where I just break it down, right? How do you even get started? What kind of tools you need? And what I love about this project is you really don't need that many tools. We're using the same tarp that you would cover a high tunnel with, right? So a lot of growers have that extra plastic on their farm somewhere.
If you have questions about soil solarization, make sure to contact your local extension office. Thanks for watching and have a great day.